Welcome to the making of a DM. Can one actually become financially free in today's environment? We're about to find out and so much more. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. As you're listening to this show, I will be in the middle of the first day of the event here in Cleveland, Ohio. About 350 people came in from all over the country to have an amazing experience, to make amazing connections, and change their life. Before I get started here today, I got a bunch to share with you. It'll probably be about a 30-minute show today, as I have a lot of moving parts today. Actually, today is me and my wife 17 years together. Today is the day. As I record this, 17 years ago, I said, Dina, will you be my girlfriend? So it's a lot going on. We have about 20 people over at the house, Dina's mother and all her friends, playing a little bocce tournament at our house with our new bocce court. So it's great to do that. And, you know, I love creating a house, or a home, I should say, where people are excited to be around and want to come and hang out. A lot of people are at their house, they want to leave. I don't want to ever leave. I want to hang out at the house, play with the kids. We can ride motorcycles or four-wheelers or Mark's little Jeep, or play bocce, or bounce on the trampoline, or hang out and have s'mores out back, cook on the grill, play in the treehouse like I'm doing right now as I speak to you, hang out in the treehouse, and or just fish, hang out in the pond and fish, and or just sit there and think and read. And there's so many things to do with the types of houses I try to put together. For me, number one, but what's awesome about that is a lot of people get the benefit from that. So anyways, appreciate you guys sharing the podcast show. Our numbers are moving in the right direction thanks to you. Lots of shares, lots of social media shares, just a lot of neat things going on. Plus, I'm working with my buddy Colin to help get the word out even more. You guys would be amazed. I mean, I'm almost 2.5 years-ish into this podcast show. It never goes fast enough. I always want it to go faster. I want it to grow. I want it to make an impact. And that's why I'm doing this event as well. I just want to make an impact. I have no financial motives. Actually, it cost me a lot of time and a lot of money for myself and my team. 90 days of our resources are sucked into this 2-day event. I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing reality. I'm sharing truth. And, you know, it takes a lot of focus from what we do daily. And it's because we have a mission to change people's lives as a company. And that's what we do. And it sucks ass sometimes when you have a big mission and you got a lot of moving parts. My assistant might be working 90 hours a week right now, literally. I know I'm putting in extra. Everyone is. Every single person on the team is going above and beyond. And again, for the folks that are at the event, they will see that firsthand. And for the ones that say, man, I wish I could have made it, you've been saying that same bullshit your whole life. So get over it and start showing up. And that's the truth. You know it, and I know it. It's always that guy's like, man, if I'd have known about it a little bit earlier. It's like, dude, you'd have had an excuse if it was earlier, later, or today. You just make excuses of not showing up. And that's what I want to talk to today. Today's a tough love conversation. As I have all these amazing people, it's funny, like everyone's crazy busy. We're all busy. And I'm in particular pretty busy. I know my boys that are coming to speak and share their knowledge, not only are they just busy with their businesses exploding, but they also have real business, like family lives going on as well, just like most people do. And they show up. It's interesting that busy people that are crushing the game of life just keep showing up. And the people that want to, they talk about the game, I wish, shoulda, coulda, and they're wondering why their bank account's not growing. Well, until you stop making the excuses, what I'm about to share with you will never come to fruition. And that thing is called financial freedom. As I was taking my walk today, I was thinking about the luxury of being financially free. And to be honest, and this ain't bragging, this is the truth. I've been financially free since 27 years old, 17 years, actually beyond that. But when I really realized it, 17 years deep, 17 years, I didn't have to work to make money. Money was coming in through multiple streams of many multiple streams of revenue to support my life. And that's an amazing place to be. It also is a very motivating place to be. I wake up every day broke in my brain. I'm ready to crush it. I need to make money. I need to make impact. I need to make change. But the truth is, at the end of the day, I know I have money coming in. And I would ask you, the listener, how much money do you have coming in every single day, every single week, every single month coming into your bank account without you physically have to work? And it could even be active or passive, right? Like, and don't say your job. Your job is not your passive income stream. That's a very, without that, probably nothing else what we're talking about will make sense initially. But I just want you to know, if you have not accomplished financial freedom, I'm going to share some real shit with you guys today, and some stuff I've never shared with, not because I don't want to, it's just because it's never came up like this. But some stuff's going on in my life, and it has me realizing some big stuff. So, as you may or may not know, I'm shooting a documentary. I've been shooting it now for about 7 months. There's a lot of moving parts with that, a lot of people in it. Just a lot of things going on. I was in Columbus at my parents' house and hanging out with them, and just all these realizations coming to me. And I remember I was sitting at my mom and dad's kitchen table, and as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm grateful that I'm there. It's my parents' house. But if I was an adult, and I'm saying this respectfully, if I was a grown-ass person sitting at that table, I'm asking myself how to get out. And I didn't even think I was doing that, but that's just how my mind's thinking: how to grow, how to expand, how to get out, how to push, how to go bigger, how to go home, like just push it. And as I get home, as you may or may not know, we have a teacher. We have a homeschool teacher. She flies up from Florida, teaches the kids in Ohio and back to Florida, whatever. But we have a condo for her here in Ohio. And again, I'm saying this respectfully. I'm not knocking it, but not everyone has the drive and goals that we have. If you're listening to the show, I'm guessing you have some drives and goals. But I go in there. It's a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo. It's clean. It's nice area, whatever. And I sit at the table. We fully furnish it and everything. And I'm sitting at the little dining room table, and I think, dude, I'm literally, you ask my wife, I'm getting massive anxiety. And she's like, what? She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I could not imagine being 44 years old, sitting at this table, think I fucking made it. I'm saying that straight up. This is exactly the conversation I had with my wife 2 nights ago. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is someone literally at 44. If you think you've made, and I'm 44, so I'm using that number. If at 44 years old, I thought I made it, living in a couple $100,000 condo, surrounded just by, I don't want to be in that environment. Not that they're bad people. It's just I am growing. As I look around, I just see a lot of people that's settled. A lot of people that just accepts life. And if you hang out with the fucking DMs, we don't settle. We get up, we dust ourselves off, we get kicked in the face every day, but we keep pushing forward with big goals, big dreams, big actions. When I'm sitting in that table, I went backwards 20 years in my brain for a nanosecond. I started getting emotional because I'm like, dude, I'd be scared if I was at an adult in that house or in that condo at that level. I'd be scared to death that I showed up half-assed every single fucking day, and they got sports memorabilia on the walls. They got the Cleveland Browns flags everywhere, and they think they've made it. And maybe some people in their mind have. But if you're listening to the DM podcast show, you have not made anything. I haven't made anything. Because once you know what you're capable of, we can do so much more. I could sit at home and do absolutely nothing in a ginormous property. And there's still more impact, more opportunities, more connections, bigger growth, bigger gives. There's so much more we can do. That's how I feel today at my house. See, people settle, typically have given up. My mom and dad are great people, but they just don't have the drive to go do anything big. Not knocking them. This is something that I'm grateful for, that I even know that exists, because I don't want to ever settle. I will be improving things until the day I die. I promise you that. Change is inevitable. And if you're sitting around thinking and not doing, the only thing you're doing is stealing from the people you can help, and most importantly, yourself and the people you love. But as I sit in that room and just listen, I hear the kids playing. I mean, how could you not? They're like 1 foot away from you in this kind of apartment or condo. And I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I didn't follow the masses. I'm so glad I didn't listen to my teacher saying I had to get a fucking job. I'm so glad I didn't listen to the people who said, Mark, you're crazy. You can't do that. Mark, you're dumb. Mark, why would anybody buy from you? Mark, why would you ever think you could do something like that? You barely graduated high school. Mark, why? I'm glad I never listened to them. I'm glad if I did listen to them, I used it as fuel to prove those motherfuckers wrong. And that's the truth. I'm here to tell you, whatever you want is on the other side of effort. I didn't say how much effort and how long the effort needs to be, but it is on the other side of effort. And depending how big your goals and dreams and obstacles and opportunities are, is going to determine the amount of effort one has to put in. I see way too many great people working way too hard on shit that's never going to grow big just to play it safe and act like they're crushing life. Like literally, you should be making millions of dollars a year. I believe if you're a real entrepreneur, not a surface level fucking vanilla, wannabe entrepreneur that just thinks it's cool. Real entrepreneurs make many millions of dollars a year. Many. And I want you to be that person if you're not. Real entrepreneurs build and grow things. They lead people. Most importantly, they lead themselves. It's not an easy job. It's not for everyone. So don't get me twisted here. I'm not saying it's for everyone. But if you listen to the show here, my goal is to help drive the people that want to get there. I'm in this shit forever. Absolutely forever. I will be expanding, growing, pushing, fighting, prodding, growing, evolving, and everything in between until the day they plant me in the ground. Why else would you settle? And I'm not saying there's not a time and place to enjoy the fruit of your labors, but most people are out fucking celebrating 24/7. They take 13 vacations a year and they act like, oh man, I work so hard. How the fuck do you work hard taking that many vacations? Yeah, man, but you don't know how long you're going to live. Dude, you said you're going here and this is where you're at. How do you expect to ever get there doing the effort you're doing? I just want people to experience financial freedom, where you wake up because you want to, not because you have to. When you execute harder than you've ever executed, not because you need fucking food on the table, but because you know what you're capable of. Not wanting to go to bed because you got so much more in your tank that you want to take it to the top, and you know if you go to sleep, you're going to lose a little bit of momentum. Truth is, we all need sleep. Some of you are sleeping way too much, though. You know it, and everyone else knows it. Oh, man, I need my rest. We all do. But you're going to fucking rest long enough when you're dead. See, too many people are using these, oh, man, I need my rest. Yeah, but 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day? Come on. I want you to experience it. Then you know what it tastes like. then you know what real life is all about. When I was saying at my boy Sean's event, it's one thing they talked about is when you need nothing from nobody. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I just want more life. I want more impact. That's the only thing I need. I don't need your money. I don't need friends. I want to be friends. I want to collect more money, but I don't need it. Every day I wake up, I think about how to do one to many, how to make a bigger impact, how to change other people's lives, how to get vulnerable and share real shit that might make me look stupid, but for the better of the bigger picture. See, I can't even fucking say it, nor do I want to edit that because that's the truth. See, everyone's here trying to be fucking polished up. Everyone thinks they need to be perfect before doing anything. That's called laziness. It's not you're a perfectionist. You're a fucking bullshitter. You don't have to get it right. Just get it going. This show will always be improving. My messages will get tighter. My connections will get deeper. The only way that happens is if I start. Just like you have to start. And then I ask myself, my sisters, my parents, people I know, why aren't they financially free? This is true shit. I'm telling you the truth. I sit there and I listen, and they don't talk about dick. All they talk about is gossip. They don't know how to conversate in any way, shape, or form. For real, I'm being for real. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm talking the truth. They fucking extend out a talk like they have to tell everything in detail just so they can hear their fucking mouth run. Audiobooks exist about financial literacy. Regular books exist. The internet has everything you could think of under the moon, over the moon, in the moon, on the moon to learn. And yet these fuckers won't take 30 minutes a day to learn how to change their life. But they'll spend fucking 4 hours a day complaining, watching Netflix, eating shit they shouldn't eat, talking shit about people they don't care. They don't care about them, nor do people care about them. It's like a revolving cycle. This is what keeps me up at night. This is what gets me up in the morning. Why don't they have the thought that they could change their life? They're the ones that created their life. They can change it too. Your life as well. Wherever you're at, it's because of you. It's because of you. And whatever you want, you can get because of you. If there's anything I want to learn, I indulge obsessively to knowledge up and learn. Hire coaches to expedite. Hire specialty people to expedite. Get results. 30 minutes a day to understand about cash flow, to understand about financial legacy, just understand financial literacy at a simple level. Understand how to create multiple streams of income. Understand how to make money when you're sleeping. Do you make money when you're asleep? I make a decent amount, but I need to make a lot more. Guys, the money's everywhere. Put on your money goggles. The thing you're listening to me has many millions, probably billionaires attached to it. The headphones, the company that ships them, the company that makes the printing labels, the company that makes the screws, the company that makes the batteries, and everybody in between. There's so many millionaires inside of every product you touch. Fuck, I'm looking at a bottle of water. Plastic, the company that molds the plastic, company that packages it, company that creates the labels, company that creates the collar for the black and the red, company that creates the shipping labels, company that creates the tape to ship them, the shipping companies. I mean, it's endless. The merchant accounts when you process the money. Think about this shit. What if you're just getting a penny on every transaction online? Do you play this game? Because I sure in the fuck do. Me and my buddies are always talking about, dude, how do I get a penny from every fucking person every day? A penny. In Florida, if you drive around on the roads, there's a lot of sun passes running around, right? Where you tolls billions of dollars for you to drive on the roads that you're already paying taxes for. Think about that. Still driving on the road? What can you offer? What can you give someone? What can you bring to the table that people will pay you a lot of money for, or a little bit of money for massive value? You know, it's interesting when I hang out and I'm talking to these people, like, they don't have financial literacy. They don't even understand. Dude, I got to work really hard. Like, I'll give you an example. This is called delusional thinking, by the way. My niece, she's got a long road ahead of her, but she's like, Uncle Mark, I work 6 days a week. And listen, she's 18. I get to know my niece pretty well. So I say, how many hours a day does that mean? Because when I hear work 6 days a week, I hear 8 hours minimum a day. That's me. But I've come to realize most fucking people don't think like that. So I ask a simple question. How many hours a day on average are you working then? And when she said it, I about shit my pants. She said 2 to 3 hours a day. She's literally acting like she's exhausted. She's so fucking lazy. And more important, the biggest, saddest thing is she actually believes her own bullshit. And then I kid you not, she said, but you don't understand, I even work double shifts. And I said, just to be clear, a double shift is 8 hours times 2, 16 hours a day. No, like 4 or 5 hours a day. Double shifts, 4 or 5 hours. We all do this, by the way, in one shape or form, just not to that fucking extreme. We all are too busy for X. We all are working way too hard, but are we really working? We're all, you don't understand, I'm giving it my all, but are you really giving it your all? You're all compared to what? So I recently hired my boy Frazier to help me out, and I work out. I've been working out pretty much daily for a long time, 7 days a week. You know, working out could consist of hitting the gym real hard. I haven't been doing heavy stuff because I do have a messed up shoulder and messed up hip, but I can hit it heavy, and doing a lot of walking, 4 or 5 miles minimum a day, and, hitting it. And then I hire Frazier, and he's like, yo, here's what I do. Here's my cadence. Let's go. Well, I can tell you what, it's different. It's different. My cadence is tighter, meaning that I'm getting more reps in a quicker time frame. I'm huffing and puffing when I'm doing weights. I wasn't normally doing that. I was too busy. Everyone's coming up talking to me and chit-chatting. So I'm working out at the house with bands even. Doing a quick 20, 25 minutes, 4 or 5 sets, and going through the motions, knocking it out real heavy with bands, and then throwing on a 40-pound vest and walking for 20 or 30 minutes, time pending. I can see the results, but I was working out hard. But hard against what? And I'm sure if I'm hanging out with them on a daily, my hard gets harder. See, who are you comparing to? See, I'm not comparing to the guy sitting on the fucking couch eating Doritos and drinking beer saying I outworked that fucker. That's what too many people do. No, I want to roll with Frazier. I want him to pace me. I can't be great at everything. I want to be, but I can't. Just not possible, right? We got a lot of things. His skill is that. But I can pace him. I can stay in the game with him. He could inspire me. He could pull me. He could push me. He knows where I'm weak. He knows where I'm strong. He knows how to get bigger results for different actions. Just like I understand money. I understand growth in business. I can help him. He can help me. Just like what we're talking about here today. And I'm not talking comparison as comparison syndrome where, well, he's bigger than me. I can't do what he does. Bullshit. See, again, you create these stories in your head. This ain't comparing to be negative. This is comparing to be inspired. I make 6 figures a month without working. Not just a little 6 figures, a lot. Compare. I have a buddy that makes 8 figures a month without working. Literally. He built something really big, and I'm not comparing and getting negative. I'm excited for him. I want to help. I want him to help me. I want to learn. I want to hire him. I want to learn how to do the same thing. See, too many people use things as excuses and talk and don't understand their thoughts, their language they're using. Well, my niece literally, I swear on my life, I started laughing. I work double shifts, Uncle Mark. And like literally, like she almost got laughed out of the room. I don't put up with that bullshit. You can't sit there and lie to me and most importantly to yourself like that. It's not going to serve anybody. What's interesting, most people don't have the insight to call them out on their bullshit because they're here double shift and that person's probably working 16 hours a day, understanding what a real double shift is. And you're like, damn, that is a lot of hard work. And this shit is only doing 4 or 5 hours in a double shift. It's not even a full shift, for God's sakes. Part-time. Delusional thinking creates delusional actions and unfortunately creates delusional results. I was talking with someone recently who had $12,000. Now listen, a lot of money or not a lot of money, it is what it is, but it's $12,000. And to put it in perspective, last year she only made $14,000. And she had a windfall of 12 grand come into her bank account. 3 months later, how much money do you think she has left? If you said zero, you would be right. She has nothing to show for it. She doesn't pay rent. She blew it. She blew it on garbage because she has no financial sense. And I said, why wouldn't you put it in something and make 5 or 10% on the money and like get an extra, like, and again, I'm being real. An extra $100 to $150 a month to her is a lot of money. She doesn't understand the game of life. She doesn't understand finances at all. Could you imagine making $14,000 in a year, getting a windfall of 12 grand and being broke in 3 months? Don't say that's crazy because most people listening to my voice have done this before. I used to do it. The only difference is I was taking money and going broke on purpose. I blew it, almost went bankrupt twice. It forced me to say, Mark, if you're going to spend 10 grand at the club tonight, you should probably take 5 of it and buy something that's going to produce income. So you can keep spending this kind of money at the rate you are. See, getting windfalls of money is cool, but it's also way cooler to have residual cash for life. Getting cash every single day, every single month, every single quarter, every single year. It's very powerful. And that's what I think about. I think about every day. It's a game to me. You can ask my accountants and bookkeepers. I want to know how much money's coming in every single day from every channel. The truth is, and I'm being straight up, it's hard for me to count that. I have a lot of streams. And I'm not bragging, I'm sharing the truth. This didn't happen overnight. I'm 26 years in the game. I started late. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have a lot more. Like we're building an entire piece for us to manage all the daily income, gross and net, that's coming in through all of the streams I've built over the years and continue to do so. Most people are focused on one stream. Cool. Get that locked in and move to the next. I'm not saying you should try to do 20 at the same time. I'm just saying as you're in the game longer and longer and you're buying for the right reasons, it's just like if you had 50 houses, that's 50 income streams with one vertical though. 50 income streams, 50 houses, but one vertical, i.e. real estate investing, right? Rentals. It's not bad. But when I say multiple streams, I'm talking multiple verticals as well. It's cool to have multiple streams in one vertical, but also multiple streams in multiple verticals as well, right? Real estate, data, media, other people's companies, right? Other investments I've made outside of the market, crypto, etc. There's a lot of pieces there. And as I was walking today, like I said, and just thinking about the people I can help become financially free. If you have children, it's absolutely amazing. If you want to become bigger in life, it's a must. It's mandatory. Because you're going to have bad days, you're going to have bad weeks, bad months, sometimes bad years. And we got to build to protect. We got to build to grow. I didn't say protect to build. I said build to protect. Big difference. Too many people are protecting a very small amount of money for what they're capable of. They're too busy protecting it that they can't get out of their own way to grow it. I have a buddy I was talking to yesterday. Actually, yesterday, late last night. He averages about $80,000 a day. That's what he nets. $80,000 a day. He's an immigrant. He's only been in business 9 years, and he's averaging $80,000 a day net. Not bad. And when I talk in days, I'm not talking 5 days a week. I'm talking every day of the year. Passive. He had to take an active step. By the way, all passive income starts with active effort. You got to activate the brain. You got to activate the knowledge. You got to activate the implementation. You got to execute and then let the system do what it does. But there are some active behaviors going on. So there's nothing 100% truly passive, right? But it is passive investment once it gets past the active stage of the environment. But he made the big investment, and now the investment's paying off every single day. 80,000 and climbing, but 80,000 a day. It's compounding now at a whole nother level. Think about that. First of all, most people don't even get 80,000 a year in residual. This guy's getting it per day. Good news is he's no smarter than anybody here. He's just learned a very high-level strategy and a system, and he knows how to he has a team of people that execute, and he's crushing it. And I'm excited for him when he hits 100K. By the end of this year, he'll be at 100K a day. What type of people are you hanging out with? What kind of conversations are you having? I'm not saying I'm like degrading my family and, don't talk to them. It's not like that. I just see in them. I just hate to see great people. My family's great people, but they don't deserve any results that are huge because they're not willing to put forth the effort. Like, you guys understand, this is my family, my sisters, my nieces, my parents. I love them to death. I would do anything for them except give them money. Because money doesn't solve this problem. If they came to me and said, Uncle Mark, I want to take this course, I'd loan them money to take a course to become financially free, because now they have to execute to pay me back. They're more welcome to come to my events. They've never asked to come to my events. You know what they asked to come to? My parties. Think about that. I've taught some of the biggest names in the game. I learned from the biggest names in the game, and all they want to do is come to my party. What you focus on grows. I'm not focused on any fucking parties. I'm focused on execution and growing a team, leading teams, building companies, building my cash flow, living my life with my kids and my wife and my family, and growing and pushing. I just want to make an impact every day. And I hope you can be a part of that impact. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters to me, is the impact. But it starts with you. It starts with you. And whatever, just get started making 300 a day, 500 a day, 10,000 a day, whatever the number is. Just get started. You don't even need to have cash to start this. You just have to have specialized knowledge. Tap into someone that already has an audience. Tap into someone that already has opportunities. They just don't have time to execute it. A lot of ways to piggyback on opportunities if you understand what you're doing. So what I got to do is I got to bounce. But before I do so, I just want you to know, when you become financially free, it sounds like everything will be rainbows and unicorns. Not to say it won't be amazing, but it also is inspiring because it shows you what you're capable of. And from my experience, when that happens to the right people, it unlocks another level in your life. And the passion, it's like something in your belly. Picture a flame in your belly is about 3 inches high. When you become financially free, it's a full-blown fucking inferno fire. You become so hungry, excited. You're not walking, you're running to meet people, connecting, high-fiving, growing, expanding. It's an amazing place to be. And I hope one day, if you have not already, get to find that place. Because the impact you can make on yourself and your people you love in the world is unmeasurable. The ripple effect is absolutely real. And I'm excited to be on this journey with you. And as I talk to you, like I said, I'm probably on stage or about to get on stage with my buddies here in Cleveland, Ohio. And for the ones that took action, if you're listening to this later, thank you. As you see firsthand, this is a 100% give event. All out, full give. For the ones that didn't make it, if there is another time, I hope to see you. If we're assuming I might be around, we're assuming I do it again, we're assuming you're around. There's a lot of variables to this shit. But I do know this. For the ones that showed up and for the ones that will execute, lives will be changed forever. And I appreciate that. And that's why I'm here. So with that said, make today count and have a spectacular day. Talk to you.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should have held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.